Hey, what's up? It's Dope Fury. Today we have a 2-for-1 special talking about cancel culture and the FGC. Hungrybox slammed the chair. Michael Murray said the N-word. So I want to ask you, have people been overreacting over these stories, or are they justified in trying to attack these men? Before we start, I want to share a fun personal story. Back when I was just a kid, I was playing Smash Bros with the homies. I was using Toon Link on a winning streak because I was camping like a coward. My cousin, who was using Ike, was finally about to win, and then I started spamming the home button on the Wiimote. Ding ding ding, ding ding ding. After about 20 times, I stopped. There was no way I was making this comeback. I accepted my L. But then my other cousin, he hits the home button and he turned off the console. The Ike player stood up and he falcon punched him so hard, he flew from the stool and he smashed his head in the wall like a rag doll. Then his older sister comes in, she opens the door and bumps his head. We're like, uh-oh. What are you guys doing? Oh, you're beating up my little brother? All right, carry on. And she closed the door. We all started dying of laughter, man. Good times. So what's the point of this story? Well, I come from a time where things were a lot more hardcore. People had way tougher skin. If you were a tattletale, a snitch, a complainer, you were an outcast. When you're at school, work, church, some sort of institution, they have rules to control your behavior. But when we play video games, it's an escape from most of that. Video games, they give us entertainment, social interaction, and control over our own space. But now they're becoming more widespread and mainstream, and a lot of softies are entering the space, and they're trying to bend it to their reality, which is kind of lame. But there is some validity to it. If I had $1 for every time someone called me a slur online, I could probably retire tomorrow. So gaming does have some toxic elements that should be dialed back a tad bit. But some people, they're joining this space and they're trying to turn video game communities into their personal safe space, where they get to control everyone and everything. And I don't agree with that. So let's get into the topics finally. Hungrybox slammed the chair. Michael Murray said a slur. Let's get into it. So first, Hungrybox. He won a big match, right? And he celebrates by doing Dragon Ball Z power-ups and slams the chair into the ground. Hungrybox, he's famous for his pop-offs, as they get the crowd hyped, but it rubs some people the wrong way. Personally, I find it entertaining, but I see how it's obnoxious. So let's discuss the issue from both sides. On the positive side, he immediately offered to pay for the chair, and he later pointed out that more people are watching Melee than in a long time. It's not like he was flexing on his enemy, he was celebrating in his own space. Would you rather someone give you the middle finger to your face, or would you rather they break their own chair and give themselves a fine? I think he even has a scar on his arm now because he popped off so hard. But destroying property, it could be seen as going too far, but that's what makes it so epic. This man injured his own arm in celebration. So that's the emotion, the adrenaline we love to see. So it becomes a sticky situation. And on the negative side, just because he offered to pay for it, it doesn't lessen the damage. Do we really want to set the precedent that it's okay to destroy property just because we offered to pay for it? If so, then when is it okay? Can I do that during pools, or is it only during grand finals? How do we decide which property is it okay to destroy? Is it chairs only, or can I punch a gaming monitor when I'm pissed off? And then I offer to pay for it and it's fine? Are the TOs gonna bring their own prop furniture for us to destroy? Because if we're destroying props, then it's less exciting. Is this gonna be a one-time event that only Hungrybox gets to do because he's Mr. Popular and no one else can do it? Or on the flip side, now anyone can do it as long as they're willing to pay for it. Now Smash Brothers is gonna be a rage room instead of a gaming tournament. So now it's a whole can of worms. Pandora's box has been open all over this. Now someone on Twitter tried to call Hungrybox out on his behavior, and he responds by telling them to inhale his genitals. That's not a professional way to respond, but they accuse Hungrybox of punching down. On one hand, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Hungrybox didn't look specifically at this person and target them. He saw a message and he just responded. But on the other hand, if you are Mr. Popular, and that's how you choose to respond, you just gave them the ammo they needed. Now they can cry and play victim. Later on, he apologized, which shows he's matured, but it also shows weakness. That's your weak spot now. They know your Achilles heel, and this is probably going to repeat itself in the future. I think I said enough. We can move on to Michael Murray. He's a producer of Tekken 8 or something like that, and he said the N-word with the soft A when quoting somebody who spoke to him in real life. Now, he did type this on a keyboard. We didn't hear him say this out of his mouth, but the sentiment is damn near the same. I want to discuss this issue from both sides as well. To Michael's defense, he was quoting somebody. This isn't like PewDiePie, where he's deliberately using the term as a slur to some random person. He was telling a story, and he was telling it in a way to make the person look ridiculous, but then he ended up making himself look ridiculous trying to be cute. But he wasn't trying to be offensive, and I think that's kind of obvious. Anyone who looks at this tweet and tries to, oh, he's racist, nah, get out of here with that trash. You know, this is a weird issue we're having with cancel culture these days, because it seems like some people, they log into Twitter, they log into Reddit, and they're just salivating. They can't wait to destroy somebody until it happens to them. Remember when Low Tier God made fun of a trans person? He got banned from Capcom and Evo and stuff like that. But then that same trans person, Low Tier God, his fans went into their history and saw them saying the N-word, and then they got canceled too. So at what point does it stop? Imagine logging onto your computer. You sleep like 8 hours a day. You have 16 hours a day, and you wake up, you're just like, oh, I can't wait to go on Reddit and cancel somebody. There was some celebrity named Chrissy Teigen, and she loved cancel culture. She was all about hate mobs. But then people dug up her old tweets, and she had some weird tweets about minors, and then she got canceled too. Now all she posts is her being depressed and washed up, and how she wishes being famous. So the point is, this was clearly a stupid mistake. Let Michael Murray apologize if need be and move on. Some of you need to grow the hell up. There's way more important things going on in the world. On the negative side, Michael Murray, you too need to grow the hell up. Have you been living under a rock, sir? Like, what's going on with you? You should know that you're not supposed to say the N-word. Everybody knows that. So either one, he was trying to be edgy and cute, or two, he genuinely lives underneath a rock. Either way, someone needs to get this clown some media training, because he keeps on sticking his foot in his mouth. As I said, Tekken is my favorite franchise. So when people search up Tekken, I don't want the first headline they see to be of this moron trying to be cute. I want my channel to pop up. By the way, subscribe to my channel. If you say the N-word to your friends at your private party, in your bedroom, okay, cool, I don't care. You didn't say it to me, you didn't say it to my face. Keep that crap to yourself. And hopefully you're saying it without the hard R. But if you're gonna try and do that stuff on Twitter and try to be edgy, don't delete it like a coward. You better stand on it, because you clearly weren't even using it as a slur. He was trying to be funny, and now in hindsight, he wants to back down after the fact. This guy is such an embarrassment sometimes, bro. Log off of Twitter. If I was producing a video game, do you think I'd have time to be arguing with people online on the internet? Like, this guy comes off as someone who's socially awkward, but he got a nice powerful position and he just doesn't know what to do with himself. Delusions of grandeur, man. Stop making a fool of yourself. Not for your sake, but think of how the rest of us Tekken fans feel. So in conclusion, censorship, it does suck, but it does have its purpose. Video games are not only for teenage boys and adult boys. Many different groups of people occupy these spaces, and they are becoming more mainstream. We don't have to be perfect cookie-cutter role models, but we do need to have some self-awareness, and we do need to maintain some level of professionalism. When you watch professional sports, you don't see them getting into fistfights, using slurs, obscene gestures, and when they do cross the lines, they get fined, they get suspended, they get traded from teams. Hollywood actors, they make millions of dollars, but even they have to kiss the ring. There are certain things they can't talk about in public, or else they're not gonna get roles. Music artists, same thing. There's certain songs they can't discuss. So as gaming becomes more popular, at some point we're gonna have to draw clear lines in the sand for what's acceptable and what's not. We need to be flexible, and we need to be able to adapt with the times. And we also need to be aware that if you make a very strict rule, when that rule comes around and it beheads you, hey, it was your own doing. You reap what you sow. Some of these weirdos, they need to stop power tripping. Get a hobby. With that being said, thank you for watching my video all the way to the end. I appreciate you. If you agree with anything I said, please type it out in the comments. Drown out any of the negative comments. Those do not exist. It's your boy Dope Fury, the one and only, the almighty, and I'll see you in about 2 to 3 weeks because my laptop screen got messed up. I'm not going to be able to post regularly for a while. But when I get it fixed, best believe I'll be back. It's your boy Dope Fury, the one and only, the almighty, and I'll see you in the next video.